comment in as a viewer in the chat. We will try to, if you have a comment about one of the scenarios, we'll try to add that in and have our guests actually speak on it. Nothing but positive vibes, guys. Please keep positive. I've got some bouncers in here that will kick you out if it starts getting negative. With that being said, Emoji, if you want to jump in the box, tell a little bit about yourself. Hey, Emoji. Oh, hold on. I may have to. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. I can't hear Emoji J.
All right, try now. Let's try now.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you gotta press the power button. You gotta press the power button when you get into the box. So I bought this mic. This is a brand new mic, by the way. I just bought it, so I'm still trying to get used to it.
Okay, so you want to tell a little bit about yourself, how long you've been on, things of that nature?
Yeah, so I'm Emoji J. I've been on the app since the app started back on Yearbook days. I admin a bunch of shows, and I have an auction coming up on the 14th, next Saturday, for the MSL auction, Brody's auction. I'm not entirely sure what time that's at, but I can find out before the end of the show. And then I'm in Kitty Commander's Meow Mean Vice Battle on the 27th, and I'm in another auction on the 27th as well. I'm on a lot of stuff this month.
Yeah. A masterpiece. I'm going to welcome you in.
Appreciate that, Wild West.
How are you? So tell us a little bit about you, Masterpiece, and what you got going on and things of that nature.
I am usually Masterpiece. I'm currently named Donna Cooks. I'm a daytime streamer primarily. I stream a lot of content, different days. My stream theme is free game. We're all about sharing knowledge, experience, wisdom, and information with each other so we can level up on and off the app. So I have different themes for different days. If you do catch me on nighttime, I do a book club Wednesday night from 10:30 to 12. The books that we read are generally not that you have to. So you don't have to be there every time. You can slip right into the flow of the conversation. Aside from that, if you see me on live at night, there may be a little bit of demon time in those verses, but
so with that being said, let's kick off to our I'm going to start out with some streaming scenarios. And the first one is, how would you handle a situation where someone called fraud caused you negative diamonds? How would you approach that? What would you do? This actually happened to me. So that's why I'm kind of curious what experienced people, how they feel about it, what they would do.
Want me to go first?
Sure, Emoji.
All right, so I had this happen, a week and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, it wasn't nearly as much as some other people's been negative, but I was negative like 2,000. I was pissed, right? So even if it's just 2,000, doesn't matter how much negative you go. My whole thing is, if you can't afford to pay for what you spend, then don't spend what you can't pay for, right? So I found out who did it, and I posted the image of who did it on my Instagram, and I was just, it was upsetting. Like, yeah, it was only 2,000, but it's the principle of it, right?
It's still, yeah, it's still a lot. Yep. Masterpiece.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've been blessed that I haven't been hit with a negative in the time that I've been on here. Um, One thing that I tried to do early on, I'm a little bit behind in that since the battles came up and I was converting like mad, but usually I try to keep a little cushion of diamonds in my profile just in case if I do happen to go negative, it's not going to actually send me negative. It's just going to take off of that cushion. Um, but I have seen some people hit in the millies, and for me, um, I don't know. I don't feel like I stream in a way that would incur that type of gifting that could jeopardize major fraud. But on the other hand, I know that things happen from time to time. Um, so it's just kind of par for the course for me on the app. I do have a little side note to this though. I've met with the admins and talked about this matter because it's unusual for us to be in business for ourselves on here on our streams, but not to have control over our fraud security. And most businesses, if they get hit with a fraud charge, it doesn't trickle down to their subcontractors. That the company eats that cost and they go, okay, we got to do something about our security. So I hope that they'll work out a better system in the future, because it's like acts of God and insurance. Like we can't always pin that on the streamer and have them go negative.
I've heard, not to interrupt you, but I've heard that they made it so that the person's affected and not the people that are under the person that got affected. I don't
That's
know
good.
how true that is, but that's what I've heard.
That'd be a big step for sure.
Yeah. So another thing I was talking about, because if you were down like that, would you gift yourself to get back out of it, or how would you? I mean, I've heard pros and cons on both of it.
I mean, I personally wouldn't gift myself because I see too many negative connotations around that. But I would definitely consider becoming a trader just to get back out of that hole, you know.
I think it's your money, and you should be able to do what you want with your money, and that's my big thing. If people want to diamond trade with their money, let them diamond trade. If people want to get themselves, let them get themselves. It's not your money to judge them on what you do with your funds. It's your money.
I can see that.
Yeah, I held off on doing it and gifted myself.
But I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying, right? Like I've seen so many people complain about, oh, well, diamond trading this, diamond trading that. There's, as far as I know, there's nothing in the terms of service that says there's anything against diamond trading.
Correct, and I've spoke to some people on that too. Yeah, there's nothing.
Well,
I've had some
I, I I
conversations.
I know one aspect of the terms is that we're not supposed to make diamond promises.
Oh, okay.
Like we as streamers can get in trouble if we're like, I'll give you this amount of diamonds for this, or like if we
Right.
make actual diamond promises, that's very frowned upon.
I mean, wheel for wheel, that's not really a promise, is it? I mean, I guess it is in the sense you want to go down to the technical aspects of it. But if you're just saying, hey, I'll give you a wheel for wheel, lay you down, I don't see why that should be an issue.
Um, I'm not sure either. It's the same way that I wasn't sure why it was an issue to do door prizes or like a drawing or whatever, but it definitely got raised as an issue by my admin.
The reason why I see that is because they can't keep track of the winnings.
What do you mean? What do you mean, emoji?
They so if you're giving away a castle or a jet or a dragon per se, hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
They cannot keep track of that's still prize money, right?
But it's
And
not.
that they still have to claim it because it's the app.
Hmm.
And there's no way they can claim it if it's a third party source that's doing it.
Yeah, but it's gifts from the app, right? I mean, I would think they would be able to track that.
It's so if there's okay, say there's 100 people on right, and then there's
it just
two
me?
people.
No, I'm hearing that too.
You get what I'm saying? Like, how are they going to keep track of if somebody's sending you a wheel for an entry? How is the app going to keep track of that wheel for the entry?
Why does the app have to? Aren't we as streamers
Is that,
responsible for what happens in our own stream? So if somebody in my stream
um,
sends a wheel to enter a contest in my stream, what does the app have anything to do with it? I'm the one accountable for it. If I don't pay up what I promised as a prize, that reflects on me as an individual. It's not a reflection on the app.
I think he froze.
Yeah.
Are you there, Emoji? Emoji J, you there?
For a second there, I thought it was me freezing.
taxes on.
No, you're good.
Is it me that's lagging, or is it? Is,
Yeah, your video is
you're
frozen now, Jay.
is it? Hold on.
It is, Jay. It is.
How about now? I don't know why I'm lagging.
Yeah, I agree with you, Masterpiece. Yeah, and I've done those type of things, you know. So
Yeah.
I totally agree. You're accountable for your own stream. Whatever you want to do there, you know. I don't know why the app's got to be involved with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, is that better?
Yeah,
Did you
right now,
hear-
yeah.
Did
Okay,
you hear Masterpiece comment?
if it goes like that again, I'll just hop on my phone. Fine.
So, Wild West, I'm sorry. I will say that the one thing that my admin did tell me is that when it comes to an actual buy-in raffle, it's an issue of gambling. It's not even about the diamond promise or the gift promise. It's about gambling, them putting in this much and gambling on an opportunity to win. And that's why I thought, oh, I'll just do like a door raffle where people that come in and comment get entered automatically. All you have to do is comment. If you drop gifts, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. You're entered.
That's good you made that point. That makes sense. Well, Emoji, you get it? Have anything?
I don't know what all you heard of what I was saying, but I was saying it's I think it's a tax issue for them, to be honest with you. They can't track the money, trace the money, where it comes from, because they have to still claim the prizes, right?
Interesting conversation because yeah, it's interesting because the different perspectives on it. I wouldn't think there's anything wrong if I'm giving like Masterpiece at a door prize, right, for people coming in.
So literally I was running a while ago. Probably shouldn't be saying that, but a contest, right? One wheel per entry, and the admin came into my live and obviously reported me because it specifically said what I got banned for.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
it was a contest, and it said that you're not allowed to run contests in your stream.
Okay. Before we go to the next question, I'm going to run through um, for my show. I'm Wild West. I'm your host. This is my show, Better Than Expected. It's every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you want to be part of the show, either contact me on my IG or Moji J's handling some of the admin stuff for me. So definitely either contact one of us and to get that scheduled. Once again, this is a pure scenario. This is a roundtable conversation. If you want to make comments in the chat, please do. So let's go to the next question. How do you handle a top gifter that suddenly turns toxic in your stream?
Go
Okay.
first.
All right. I mean, yeah. So my stream has boundaries, just like I do personally in relationship. And I have a very clear way that I handle crossing of boundaries. Because everybody makes a mistake sometimes. Sometimes somebody comes into a stream and they're drunk and they say some stuff they don't really mean or whatever. You know, that happens. But if somebody is acting a fool, getting toxic in my stream, violating the boundaries of what is allowable in my stream, then I'm gonna have a conversation with them off the app after the stream. We're gonna say, listen, that's violating a boundary of my stream, what you just did. So you can choose to respect the boundaries and change how you move going forward. Or if you decide to come back with that same energy, then you're not gonna be welcome in my stream here. You'll lose your badge and whatever happens, happens.
So would you kick him then to get him out of the stream?
I wouldn't kick him then. I mean, it depends on how toxic we're talking about. If he jumps in the box waving his dingling around, then he's getting banned.
Oh
If he's just acting a fool and being disrespectful in the comments and talking shit, then I'll let that slide that time. We'll deal with it the way that we deal with it in stream when a troll comes in and any other thing happens. But that's going to be addressed individually with that streamer or with that gifter. And if it happens again on a recurring basis, that's when I'll point it out on stream and I'll say, look, we've had this conversation before. This is disloyal, or this is inauthentic, or this is disrespectful, and it won't be tolerated in my stream. You can change it now, or you can leave the stream now.
Emoji? I think he froze again. Emoji J, you there?
I think I'm lagging. Okay.
Oh.
Give him a second.
Yep, he'll be back. Yeah, I had a situation like that happen, and I didn't block them. I just kind of stayed in my own lane, stayed away, steered clear for a bit. When they came back around, I gave them another try. I checked it out, and I just didn't like the vibe that they were bringing. So
I've had some of that. That's why this question. A lot of this is stuff I've seen in streams, and
I bet.
it's how do you handle a top gifter that suddenly turns toxic in your stream? What's that? Correct.
Yep. Yeah, and that's a fact, Skylar. And emoji, what you just brought up actually reminded me that it hasn't been with a top gifter, but like I have not everybody gets along, right? I have some people that get along great with some of the people in my stream, but not everybody. And so those that do have a problem with anybody in my stream now, just have the understanding that if you see them there, just one of y'all leave. Like, it's not that big a deal. It doesn't have to become a whole issue on my stream.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's masterpiece. You brought up setting boundaries and rules, right? Do you set that up as in your stream? I mean, how do the people know those boundaries and rules?
It's one of those things they hear me repeat often. People that are new in my stream, if they get to talking and finding out what my stream's about, then I'll tell them point blank, these are my boundaries in my stream. But I often repeat those boundaries because they are my personal boundaries too. And my family that I started, honor, support, respect, those are three elements of my four boundaries. I view support as being like loyalty to the next level, like actually trying to support somebody that's going through something hard or supporting them in meeting a goal or whatever. So I'm very, very upfront about what my boundaries are. And that's one of the things in relationship and in an actual stream like this that's really important that people be upfront about this. If this was a business, my rules would be posted on the door. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So I'm going to be real clear about that upfront. And if somebody claims that they didn't have knowledge of my boundaries beforehand, then I'll be like, okay, we'll understand them now. It's authenticity, loyalty, honor, and respect.
Yeah, emoji. Do you set those boundaries and rules in your stream? I mean, how do people know if I come to your stream? How do I know what the rules are? Correct.
Hmm.
I've I've been to some streams that are very very toxic. They thrive on it. So it's as a as a gifter walking into a stream, right? It's really hard to know what those boundaries and rules because some streamers they love the toxic. They thrive on that toxic, and I
Yep.
want good vibes, right? So me as coming in as a gifter, how do I know those rules? I mean, you know,
And one factor that comes up for me on that is that toxic is subjective. It's such a broad term
yeah.
for behaviors that some people don't feel are all toxic and some people feel are very toxic. So the toxic term gets really applied to anything that's a little bit racy or a little bit scandalous or maybe a little bit aggressive or whatever. But I feel like it's definitely up to the streamer once again to determine what is toxic and what's not toxic for them. It has to be subjective. We can't lay down a definite definition about what is toxic and what is not. Yeah, I
Trying
agree
to,
with that, Chris.
yeah. I was looking at it. I had my last show, Silly Lily was on here, and she basically said, look at it like a television, right? If you don't like the channel, change it, right? I mean, that's basically what we do. We're doing as streamers, right?
Hmm.
We're producing
Hmm.
content, we're producing whatever it is, right? If you don't like what's in my stream, go to the next channel.
Yep,
You know,
exactly.
so I love
There's a
that, and I
next
will.
guy coming in right after you. It's all good.
Correct. Yep. So with that, let me promote my show. This is I'm Wild West, your host. This is my show, Better Than Expected, every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you want be part of the show, please contact Emoji J or myself and my IG. Guys, be very respectful in the stream. This is good conversations from experienced streamers, right? On situations that, and a lot of these situations I put up because I've had it happen in my streams. And,
Hmm.
and I was a young streamer trying to figure, I've only been streaming since January, right? So I'm still learning as I go and talking to the top people, that really been around for a while. It really helps. And I hope it helps people in the stream. So definitely, if you guys want to be part of the show, hit up Emoji J or myself. So let's go to the next question. I think this is kind of Moji, you kind of brought this up. If you have two top gifters in your stream and they do not like each other and cause a drama in your stream, I've seen this happen. How would you
Hmm.
handle that? Where they're going at each other and they. This example happened. I was in a stream and I watched two of this girl's top gifters hated each other and went after and took over that stream.
I mean, I
Go ahead,
like
man.
I like Emoji's suggestion of ending the stream. That's one way to control the environment. For me personally, I do a lot of consulting with people, especially about communication and relationships. So I will absolutely encourage that they get in the box so we can work it out. And if they both swear that we can't work it out, then it has to be put to bed, or they would just both have to leave. Like if you're not ready to step up and talk about what's going on and what the problem is, and you just want to hash it out by going at each other, that's not welcome in my stream. So I'll just say it out just like that. You know, both of you jump in the box. Let's work this stuff out real fast. Let's get it to where we can exist in the same stream together, or um, just put it to sleep, put it to bed, or move on out of here, take it somewhere else. But I'm here um, for encouraging people to work things out and find ways to communicate through the problems that we have, because 9 times out of 10 the problems that we have, the triggers that we're dealing with, it's not something that that person did. It's the reaction that we have from feeling the feelings that come up from it.
Correct.
Mm, no, I I've definitely had success with it. I think just having the attitude that it'll never happen means it'll never happen. Well, no, I can understand that. I don't mean about ending my live. I mean more about getting them in the box to work it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I pretty much tell people don't bring it to my stream. If you got a problem with somebody, be an adult. Go talk to them about that problem. Yeah, no need to bring it in my stream because you kill the vibe.
Hmm.
You kill the vibe on it, and I wouldn't even really bring them up in my box because it's not my business, right? They have an issue. I don't have an issue. So, and I know Masterpiece, you do things a little different. That's why I love these conversations because we all do things different and people take out of it what they want to take out of it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh,
And see, for me, like if somebody got a problem with me, I have no problem with them bringing it to my live. Let's work it out. Most people don't, but I have no problem with that.
I've seen some things get ugly in streams too, and people jump in the box, and yeah, it changes the whole stream. So, yeah, whatever works for you. You know, I personally rather deal with it off my stream, but it's whatever works.
Hmm.
So, so let's go to the next question. Here's one: how do you handle proper expectations when being gifted as a streamer? Examples: if I do this, then I expect this, or if whatever it is, right? Because I've seen a lot of that occur. So,
I mean, so I was a gifter before I was a streamer, first of all. And as a result, the majority of my board is people that are higher on that I'm higher on their board than they are on mine. I don't have a problem with that. Everybody supports in different ways. And what I look for is what support is somebody giving me in exchange for the support that I give them. And it's not about monetary being equal at all for me, but I do definitely start to pay more attention to what is being reciprocated in terms of energy and everything once I cross a certain gifting line. And so that's kind of the standard I hold myself to as far as my stream goes for people gifting me. If somebody comes in and spins a couple wheels, cool. Maybe I'll come check your stream out. I'll come see what it's about. I'll come spend some time in there. Maybe I'll spin a wheel or two back. Um, if somebody puts a jet in my stream, then I'm definitely going to favor that person and go check them out and probably go and spin some wheels and send back what I would feel comfortable with.
emoji. Oh, exactly. That's why I like Master. I was a gifter before I was ever a streamer.
Hmm.
So, and one thing I can tell you as a gifter, understand who you're gifting as a streamer, right? Because you can, if I come in and I used to throw dragons all the time. If I throw dragons to you as a streamer, that impacts you as a streamer, right? That really
Hmm.
impacts because now you're making your goal for the week, and you it, know the level of the streamer is what I'm kind of saying, right? Because if you got a lot of people on this app do this for their job, right? And if
Hmm.
they have somebody coming in and throwing heavy, then that impacts what they cash out. That impacts their livelihood. So
Facts.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah, actually, so that raises a quick question that I like to ask people like yourself, Wild West, other big gifters on the
Yep.
app, is what do you gift for? Like what encourages you to gift? Because I know for me, I'm all about helping streamers meet their goals, whether it be weekly goals or like somebody's trying to get their 5 million, their 5K faves. I'm gonna go in and try to spam and get them trending. But I also gift entertainment. I gift entertaining streams or people that are open to having conversations about things and not being very one-sided or like, no, you're wrong. I gift people that invite that dialogue.
I when I first started gifting, I supported a lot of beginning streamers. I didn't know about top badges or anything like that, right? I went into streams, and if I liked their streams, then I gifted. Um, so to me, I never knew about top badges or anything like that, or faves or anything. I just went in there if I felt good about the content. I felt good about who they were as a streamer. I gifted. No expectations. I wasn't even streaming, so I wasn't getting anything back. So,
Hmm.
right, yeah. So,
Well, I think it's important to recognize that there's many ways that people give back. And there's many things that we get back out of the gifting that we do. It's not just about people coming back with diamonds. Sometimes it's just about the flow of energy of diamonds out and diamonds in. Sometimes it's about the friendships that we make and the business contacts and stuff. So I feel like there's a lot of different ways that people can support. And that's why I don't worry about the fact that I'm higher on most people's boards than they are on mine.
Correct. Exactly. I'm not worried about it. Just come in and be part of my stream and have comments. The gifts will come, right? They'll
Mhm.
come. Just just show up, you know, be part of it. And I definitely go hit people up in their streams and things of that nature that come in and they may not throw anything.
Mhm.
But they're giving me time is everything. Time is everything. Somebody's giving you their time.
And energy and emotions. We give each other a lot more than just money out here.
Yeah. Let me promote my show real quick, guys. If I don't respond to the comments and respond to the gifts, I deeply appreciate. I can't do it with a show. It's part of the rules. So you got to pay attention to your guests. So I'm Wild West. I'm your host. This is my show, Better Than Expected. It's every Sunday, 3 p.m. If you want to be part of the show, contact me on IG or contact Emoji J, and we'll get you scheduled in. I want to take a second to acknowledge the gifters in here. Shotgun, my one, Wes. Thank you, Wes. EDG, thank you. Pretty Smiles. Bloody Mary's here. Alex, Kelly, Miss PYT. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. So with that, let's go to the next. We got about 17 minutes. Oh, here's one. How do you handle relationships? I don't know if you guys been in relationships on the app where um, you either gifting them or supporting them, and you get jealousy shows in it or whatever that is. I don't know if you guys been in relationships on the app.
I mean, I have dated off the app, and it can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Definitely across the board, I've found at least that the most successful is in simply acknowledging the relationship on stream, but not discussing who it's with and making that public, because that brings a whole new level that nobody's really ready for, of people coming to them and trying to break them up intentionally and actively, especially if they're both present on stream. I've, as a streamer, I've had a relationship with people off, that aren't on the app and people that are on the app. And that's kind of, it's one thing to have on-app relationships, this is my app wifey and all that. But as far as talking about who you're actually actively with on the app, it can get a little bit dicey unless y'all's relationship is so solid that ain't nobody going to be able to come to you and try to say, he said this or she said that, or I saw this person doing this, because that's what you'll get a whole lot of.
Yeah, and I've seen that emoji.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Well, sometimes the partner might. Like,
Yeah. I saw. I saw that occur during these last the top people battling each other in the last battle royals, and that got nasty on Instagram. That got.
Hmm.
I was like, well, what the hell? I'm glad my family was in town because I wasn't on anybody's stream. I stayed off the stream.
Right. Those are important boundaries to have about what you're talking about and what you're not.
I had it where I walked into somebody else's stream and I joined their box, and two people that are always on my stream joined the box, and they basically were giving me an option, right? Because I was in a relationship, right? And they were giving me an option that if you don't stop it, whatever it was, right? I won't go into all that. We won't be back. And, you know, simple as that.
Hmm.
I'm going to make my choice. And it is what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nope.
One relationship. And then I wanted to open up, I'm adding a new piece in it that I wanted to kind of let you guys, as experienced, streamers on the app, to kind of talk about, give advice, because I get a lot of these questions asked to me in my stream.
Hmm.
You, so let me do relationship. You've been with your partner for a little while, and when you find out that they cheated in their last relationship, would you hold that against them in the current relationship, or is that something that's going to be back of your mind and puts a lack of trust? How would you deal with that?
My situation's a little bit more unique because I am poly. So the importance in my relationships is that there be open communication about what's going on, not about you don't sleep with somebody else. Like that there are grounds for understanding in that. You know what I mean? So for my personal situation, if I found out that they cheated in a past relationship, I'm going to be looking for markers of dishonesty
Right.
because, if they cheated in their last relationship, I don't know how they handled it. I don't know if they came and told their partner right away. I don't know if they hid it from them. I don't know how they addressed that situation. So I'm going to be looking for whether they're always consistently honest with me. And as long as they keep that up, that's honor. That's part of, the boundaries. And so as long as we're honorable and we're authentic in what we speak and we share, then it's all good.
Emoji J. Correct. I was going to say that. Yeah. So whatever's happened in the past is the past, right?
Hmm.
It's,
Hmm.
yeah, I think loyalty and transparency means a lot, right? It really does mean a lot. You know, yeah,
100%. Yep.
yep. So we've got about 9 more minutes. Let's see. Here's one. Your longtime partner has a serious conversation about the future, and you find out they don't ever want to get married or kids. And you've been in this relationship, and you as the person want that, right? Want that marriage, want all that, and then you find out they never want that. How would you handle that situation? kids. They have the ability to do it, but they don't want
Hmm.
them. Right.
I,
Close
I
out a little bit. Go ahead, Master.
I was just going to say, I agree with that, Jay, 100%. But there is something that happens, especially early in a relationship, if both partners were really wanting to have that relationship, where there may be some dishonesty about what they really want, just to make the other partner think that they're compatible and make it work. Thinking, oh, I'll change their mind later. No, don't worry about it. So there are a lot of situations where somebody may be saying, yeah, oh yeah, totally. Kids, marriage. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about that in 2025, once we get finished with this or that. And they'll put it off and they'll be dodgy about it. And then the time will come and they'll be like, well, I really don't want to do this. And so like I'm one of those now that I'm upfront. I do not want to get married again. Um, I, it's not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I love kids. Kids will be in my life no matter what, but the marriage is not hitting for me.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
I totally agree. Yeah. Set the proper boundaries and expectations right up front. Don't waste somebody's time, especially as we get older. Time is valuable. So I totally agree. So let me promote my show one more time. I'm Wild West. I'm your host. Is Better Than Expected. It's every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you want to be part of the show, please contact Emoji J or myself and IG, and we'll definitely schedule you in. So let me go. I've added something else that I get a lot of questions on. We got about 5 minutes. As established streamers, what what would be some of the pointers you would give to new streamers to get their trending going, their viewers going, their faves going, even gifting going, right? I mean, you guys have been around, you've seen a lot of everything, and just having those key points from established streamers.
Go for it, Jay.
It's just pointers to new streamers on trending, viewers, getting faves, getting the gifts, all that type. Yeah, I think shows is a big one too. Get on shows, get out there.
Hmm. Yeah, you're lagging just a little bit, Wild West.
about viewers, things that what's helped me out a lot is being on shows. Master.
Well, this is great because this is honestly what I've been like studying on this app the longest, is how to help people trend and grow their stream, grow their following. Um, so one of the most important steps that I tell people about, beyond just the idea of make sure that your Wi-Fi is good, and that your software is updated. A lot of times, if you go into the App Store and you search POF, um, on the screen it'll say open, but you'll click on it and it'll go in and you'll have to update it. So make sure you're updated. No shots fired whatsoever. But understand the limitations of your connection. I do streams on the road sometimes, and I'm operating on data. And I know that when I'm on data, I can't do verses, I can't do box parties, and I turn off my hearts and my gift sounds, and really try to minimize the bandwidth that I need for my stream. But that being said, once we get those basics out of the way, all right, I got you, Joe. Once we get, I think I already got you. I already got you. Once we get those basics out of the way, use all of the features that the app has to offer. The more features that you use on the app, the better you will trend. Use your backgrounds, use your masks, use your gestures, use your diamond goals, use your blasts, use the opportunity that you have to post things on the calendar. If you're going to have a special kind of stream of any kind whatsoever, promote that content on the calendar. People can go in and see what shows are coming up for the week and select them and save them into their own personal calendar of shows and streams they want to attend. So all of those help with streaming, help with your trending. Beyond that, engage people that come in your stream. Keep in mind that if they don't have a ring and they don't have a VIP, they may well be watching an ad when they first walk in the room. They may not be able to hear you. That's one of the trickiest things for us streamers, is trying to figure out how long somebody's in an ad or if they're in one at all. So I wind up greeting most people at least 2 or 3 times just to see if maybe they were watching a 40-second ad or a 25-second ad, or if they're on POF and Chispa, no ad at all. And I really wish they would add a feature that like showed us a countdown that somebody's watching an ad right then, so we know they're in the stream but they can't hear us. That would be awesome. I also try to encourage the people in my stream to greet people coming in the room, because then they can read that. If somebody makes a comment and says, oh, hey, Shotgun Joe, welcome. Even though I said it, he didn't hear me, he'll be able to read it in the comments. Getting people involved in your comments is going to help a great deal. Joe, there's a lot of ways to do that too. I have numerous accounts. Some of them get ads. I bring them into different streams for different reasons too. My number one is a no picture.
No.
Yep, my number one is a no picture, and even like for example, I know when I get my top badge, since I'll lose my VIP privileges of sneaking into rooms, I'll be going out with my lurkers more often. I'll be
No.
checking out streams before I make my entrance because I know I have to have my entrance on with my badge.
Yep. Or it could be like one of our accounts, right? And we're coming in there with no picture. My other account has no picture. So,
Hmm.
right?
Yep. I know there's at least one boss VIP out here with it, no picture and no name. They're just blank on everything they can comment.
Hmm.
And you just never know who it is really what it comes down to. Like Rolf that just entered the room. Rolf might be a multi-million-dollar recording artist in Europe that just wants to bless some people out here for their energy on the stream. And why would we kick them, you know? I will interject and say there is. One experience that I've encountered quite a bit is that there are some people out here that will come into your stream, lurk, and record. There's some individuals in particular that use some of those recordings for very heinous purposes against the streamer. So it is good to become more aware of the individuals that are doing that. There's one particular Canadian individual that goes into streams, records people, and tries to cut and paste so that they make a video that makes them come across as racist, and then posts it on Instagram and makes it like this is what this person said or this is what this person did.
I've actually seen that happen to a couple people. Yeah.
Hmm.
I've actually
Yep.
seen that happen to a couple people that I know damn well they're not like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I had a troll that was coming in and screenshotting me and using the screenshots of me to create lurk accounts and then using those lurk accounts to go into streams and pretend to be me and say horrible things too.
I don't know if you're still recording, Emoji J. We can go ahead and close. I wa- Can you hear me?
No, I can't.
I want, yeah. I want to promote my show. This is Wild West. This is Better Than Expected every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you want to be part of the show, please contact Emoji J or hit me up on IG. I want to take a second and thank the gifters. Please, guys, save these people that gift. Save each other in the stream. I'm all about networking and connecting and saving each other. Vito, Shotgun Joe, Wes, DDG, Pretty Smiles, Bloody Mary, Shotgun's other account, Alex, Kelly, Miss PYT, thank you. Major Move, thank you. Thank you guys. And definitely show that love, show that faith. If somebody's spending time in your stream, definitely, definitely hit them up with a faith. I appreciate both you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you guys.